too far into this because if you watched our 4-hour episode last week, uh, we definitely dug deep into the history of Indy 11 kits and the love and the hates and
of this one particularly.
yeah, and this specific, it's really bad because we're just sitting here like, here's the away kit, here's how we get like, it's this kit, they're the same kit.
Basically, yeah, just color inversion, which you see in the names. I dubbed the
The
home the blue
blue
victory
victory
stripe,
stripe
the
and the
away
red victory stripe.
the red victory stripe. So, without further ado, here's the Indy 11 2026. Here's the kits for 2026 for Indy 11. So I got a little Instagram video. Yes. So this is the victory stripe kits from Indy 11,
Hmm.
and there are some words, as Bot said, we kind of dove into these. I don't know if this is just a production issue that with these particular kits for the shootout, but I will also mention this. I think it's kind of an interesting choice to make it all blue light. I think it's a little interesting to try to see actually what the kits look like. You know what I mean?
Yeah. So this actually reminds me of college because I drop my phone so often that whenever I would take a camera photo, if I was so how phones have the back camera and then the
Yeah,
front
yeah.
camera. If I would take a photo with my back camera, it would come out like a purple tint. It was like a
Uh,
purple filter almost, and I almost feel like that's what we got here.
yeah. I kind of see that too. Yeah, and it kind of makes it hard to see kind of what the look is. But when you're able to look into it a little bit more, a little bit closer, you tend to see some of the things that we highlighted last week. Um, I'm gonna put it this way: it's not good. I think a lot of their marketing was a racing stripe,
Hmm.
and what we got was
Mm-mm.
what Frank dubs the front of his kit looks like a seatbelt and a buckle. Which, sure, you're racing in, you're
There you go,
locking, you're
car.
ready to go. Yeah, car, but not a racing stripe. So I think there's some disappointment in there, and there's also a bit of how it's a template from Under Armour. Generally, Under Armour and Indy 11 have been relatively less templatey.
Hmm.
This,
Very creative, typically
yeah, this
recently.
wasn't. This wasn't. So that hit, and then you add in some of the production issues that you see there, where you see the two Indy 11 blue kits have different placements for the
Not the
crest.
badges.
So add in some of that, and as Frank summarizes here, what do you mean you don't like misaligned badges with sashes that don't run all the way through? Shocked.
Shocked.
And just like the massive gap in the middle for the sponsor is just
Could have got closer to the Ford, yeah.
could have gotten closer. So I'm gonna just rush through kind of our scores for these because I think this one we kind of hashed out. I basically had my soap opera piece last week about why I wanted more and how we were, and as our guest Jason said, we were this close to actually a pretty solid design if they actually did a full sash and all that stuff. So just for me, relatively quickly, I give it a 2 for aesthetics and design. It's blue. I think it's just, as I pointed out, it just looks weirdly clunky for a sash. It's a 2. When it comes to its authenticity and tradition, Indy does not wear diagonal stripes. We
It's
are
not a sash
checkers.
thing.
Yeah, we're checkers, or we are like
Beehive.
racing stripes, not diagonal stripes. And I think that is a big miss. Maybe I'm being harsh because I'm a homer, whatever have you. I give it a 1. So, being overly harsh. And then when it comes to visual details and execution, it just didn't hit the mark. And I think it deserves a 2 for that. And then when it comes to innovation and impact, I give it a 2 as well. I think it is clearly a template. It's something that didn't seem like a lot of effort was put into it, unfortunately, and it just didn't. You're going to hear about this kit, but not for the right ways.
Yeah.
So I give it a 2, and overall it's a 1.75. It's not the worst Indy 11 kit, but it's the worst executed kit that I can recall to date.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. If I'm my turn, blue
Mhm.
kit. So, my goodness. Yeah. So, aesthetics, design. It's not a bad looking kit, like aesthetically.
Yeah.
Like, if we just look at what it is, um, I gave that a 2. I've seen worse. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? Authenticity and tradition. The color scheme to me, I was like, all right, that's an indie kit. It's a 2.
Right.
Like it's that red, white, and blue, kind of the deeper blue. So I was like, yeah, when I see that, I think it's an indie kit. Like you've had the polo in the past that was that deeper blue with the red and white and stuff like this, the one that we love.
Yes.
Um, Visual
And even
details and
this one.
execution though, the execute like the one, there's no details in it. It's a sash, and then the execution just shot itself in the foot. Like I literally couldn't give a score. It was a 0.
Yeah.
I could literally kept that as a 0 because the execution was so awful. Like when you have misaligned badges, like and it's not even like all of them are misaligned. Like you have mix matching misalignment
Yeah.
badges. Like that's because you let the intern Dave do it. If Dave doesn't know what he's doing on the press, so like maybe Dave shouldn't be doing it. I'm making all that up, but that's what it feels like.
Yeah.
Like
Especially from a top 4 brand here in the U.S. in Under
yeah,
Armour.
yeah. Like we all know what Under Armour is. I have Under Armour shoes. Actually, I think I might be wearing pants. I'm wearing pants right now. So like like we all know who Under Armour is. If it was one of these other brands, even Capelli, if you're outside of the soccer world, you don't necessarily know who Capelli is. So if it was a little off, you're like, oh, it's just this no name brand. Now worldwide, people know Capelli, but there's an argument to be had.
Yeah.
Um, Innovation and impact. I also gave it to. I don't know why. Honestly, I'm kind of being nice. Because I think it's because of that negative impact. It's going to have an impact.
Yeah. So,
We need
yeah,
to
with
change that rule to a positive impact.
maybe. So with Bata's 1.5, my 1.75, we did a total of 1.63. Um, yeah. And more importantly, one of the things that also from a fan perspective here, which is really gutting, which has kind of been difficult to kind of get these Under Armour kits, they're $95.
Hmm.
And I could get a better kit almost anywhere across the league
Hmm.
for either the same price or
Or cheaper.
cheaper and get better if the same and if not better quality for a cheaper price point, which leads us to its kit value of being a 1711. Yay, there's 11 in it. Yeah, it's 1711. It just misses the mark. It's not worth the price. I'm not going to personally buy these. I am more than content with what I've gotten from Puma here. Obviously, you see me wearing what I'm wearing today from Puma. Besides the all white kit, that was absolutely nothing. And my Adidas collection. So, which also, by the way, quick little plug. Be sure to keep your eyes out for the Brickyard Battalion's BYB jersey. It's gonna be really nice. So,
Yeah.
better alternative than this one.
Yeah, and that's kind of something crazy. Like it's literally that bad
Yeah,
that that a fan isn't buying it.
yeah,
You know what I mean? Like there's been times where like I haven't necessarily like needed to like I have to have it, but like eventually I'll get it. Like I'll talk about like I know we don't talk about St. Louis on the show, but like St. Louis has um the new Tina Turner kits. they're not so awful that like I don't want it at all, but I'm just not going to buy it right here,
Full
right now,
price. Yeah.
just because it's you know
Hmm.
it's it's kind of out of the box. I'm not a huge fan of it, but it's not so bad that I don't want to buy it because I'm a fan. I'm eventually going to get it at some point, but like when you're sitting here, like I'm not going to get either one of these because they're all that just gosh awful. That's got to say something. Like Indy, wake up. That's a scary point when the fans just straight up aren't going to buy it.
Yeah, and I think Frank's points here is really the big one. I noticed, like, I love Indy 11, but Frank points, I wish it was for more of Indianapolis. It's more than just racing, and I think that's mightily important. Um, because there's a fan base, and I definitely think it's time for the club to maybe reevaluate Under Armour
Yeah, I have to ask, like, what is that?
deal.
Yeah, what is that deal? The contract. That's the word.
Well, it's a fourth season, so my guess it can't be too much longer.
Is it the fourth season
It
already?
is the fourth season. It
I thought it was
started.
the third
Sorry,
one.
third season.
Okay.
Third season. So probably at worst be a fourth season. But yeah.
Gosh, I really hope that was a 3-year contract because
Hey.
they at this point go back to Puma.
Yeah. Trust me.
Go
I
to
got.
Adidas.
I take this all day.
Yeah.
Um. Anyways, so
And
that was the Indy 11 blue Victory Stripe kit, and now the away kit. Basically the same stores for me. I just slightly changed the one. I made it aesthetic. The design aesthetics. I did a 1 instead of 2, so it's a 1
hey,
5
me
for
too.
me. Yeah.
That's
So
totally all I changed because I don't. It's too much red. Like navy looks okay when it's all, but
yeah.
the red, it's a lot of red,
I
especially in the
mean,
belly.
yeah. No, it's not even just that. It's just more of, as we kind of alluded to in the home kit. It's the same thing, and there's a lack of detailing overall, and there's just some weird template vibes with it. So it's not going to be any different. Like the color might be a little interesting, but they're just that same thing. So they shouldn't expect a different price, a different score from us. So
Yeah.
it's a 138 from us overall compared to the 163. So it went downhill, and it's still rated. It's still at the $95 mark. So it's a a 1447 kit value.
Woof.
So definitely not a fan of these. I would very much looking forward to what they do for a third kit. Because last year the third kit was my favorite by a mile. That race and Indy kit was really good. And as we move on here to the next part of
Kentucky.
the show, yes,